Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia and this is the best place to get insights of video marketing, social media and entrepreneurship. In this video I have a very special guest named Reversal. He has 361k subscribers on his channel, which is insane. So I thought I want to interview him and ask him questions like how did he did that? He is in this YouTube industry for 6 years and he has done a pretty amazing job to build it to the point it is today, and it is incredible. He's a full-time content creator. He focused on gaming. At this point, he is well known for his Pokemon Go videos. He's also very active on Twitch. We will dive in about his journey on YouTube at the beginning, the biggest mistakes that he made, but also the biggest lessons and his takeaways for YouTube success. So I won't let you wait any longer and we will start the interview right away. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Just came out of a meeting and yeah, decided to jump on in for some one-on-one talking, I guess.
Yeah, thank you so much for participating on this interview. And a lot of viewers of mine would like to know, yeah, what are the tricks and tips for growing your channel? And yeah, you started 6 years ago with
Yeah.
Knights and Dragons. Can you tell me more about the beginning?
Yeah, so I did not start YouTube for the reason most people start off YouTube. For me, starting off YouTube was kind of a out of like an annoyance, if you want to call it.
Okay.
I was playing this online game, Knights and Dragons, and people kept asking me like, how do you get stronger in the game? How do you get better in the game? How do you get money? All this sort of stuff. And at some point I was like, okay, I'm tired of this. Let me
Yeah.
just make a video so
Yeah.
that way I can redirect everybody to the video. And for me, it wasn't even about making a channel successful. It just was like, okay, here's the information that you need. I don't need to answer these questions anymore.
Mhm.
Then from there on out, a couple of my friends were like, hey, the way you're doing this is actually really nice. We would like to see some more. So I was like, okay, let's make a couple of more videos. Eventually came down to the point where some of my friends quit the game. And I was still playing the game, I was still enjoying the game. And I still remember getting one comment from just a random person who
Mhm.
said, when is your next video gonna be? And I was like, oh, wait. So I thought
Yeah.
for a sec that a friend was pranking me, like he was punking me.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was maybe one of my friends making that comment. So I asked my friends, hey, is that you? Is that you? And they said no.
Mhm.
So, and I saw that he was from Canada. So it's like, cannot be any of them. So that was actually someone who watched the video from a
Yeah.
different country. And I was like, wow, let's just make some more videos. And over time, I started reading up on YouTube and how to grow your channel and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I really find this a lot of fun. So I bought this microphone when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I think. And then I was like, well, I don't have work anyway. I have some money saved up. Let's see how this goes while I'm applying for jobs. And then we are here now, 6 years later,
Yes.
doing it full time.
That's amazing. And you've grown your channel to 361k
Yeah,
subscribers, which is totally amazing. Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
Yes. And can you tell me more about the first year of Knights and Dragons? How that
Yeah, so I was really, as I'm competitive with a lot of things that I like to do, like school or whatever, just gaming in general. Like I'm very competitive, so I would always like to, if I'm investing my time into something, I would like to see how people that are doing better than me, how they are doing, and potentially learn from them. And I quickly figured out that the content that they were producing was really boring. Like it was not fun at all. So I made it a goal immediately for myself. Hey, I want to become the biggest channel in this genre, which at that time was, I think, 6,000 subscribers. So I just put in all my effort. I made like 2 or 3 videos a day because it was really easy. I didn't have a vlogging camera or anything like that. I literally started on a cell phone and I did a voice clip recording, which is gameplay. I can look on my channel. There's no voice. There's no camera. Just the built-in microphone from my cell phone alongside with the gameplay. And I just edited pictures and stuff and music on the side. And I was as creative with the tools that I have because I had no background in editing, no background in how music works or anything like that. So it was just like an experience. The first year was really like an experience. And eventually the game got kind of boring. So I was looking for other things. And I think at the end of the first year, I transitioned from Knights and Dragons into another game, and that was called Boom Beach in Clash of Clans. If people are playing mobile games, they've probably heard of those games. And I started covering those alongside with Knights and Dragons. And I think at that time I had like 15,000 subscribers, I'd say.
Okay, I also had a question about that because I saw that you were including the other videos, right? It's not a game, but how did that work out for you? So you actually grown your channel more with adding those other video types?
Yes and no. Like, the
Um,
problem with YouTube is that people usually generally subscribe for the subject that you first initially offer. So
yeah.
like, let's say in your case, if you make travel videos, people
Mhm.
subscribe to travel videos. And if
Yeah.
you start to transition into something else, people are like, hey, that's not really what I subscribed for.
Mhm.
I think the biggest key for creators is to make sure that you don't overflow the different subject instantly. Like, it's cool to adapt and it's cool to show other things, but don't make that instant transition, because it's gonna kind of feel weird for the people watching. It's like watching your favorite show on TV and then suddenly someone's talking about politics. It's kind of that. The
Uh-huh.
people don't do well with that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just started incorporating the other games a little bit more, and eventually I started phasing out Knights and Dragons, and I started getting the other games as I noticed I got more traction and more growth based off that.
Mm.
I think the biggest tip is that you always have leverage. You always have like a backup if you have your older game that you used to cover, or the older topic that you used to
Yeah.
cover as well. You can always go back if it doesn't work out.
Yes, but yeah, for you, did you got reactions like, "Oh, where are the Knights and Dragon videos?" Or
Yes, all
okay,
the time, all
yeah,
the time. It did not stop. Um, but I feel as a creator, if you really want to serve, if you want to, don't think too much about the comments. The comments are there.
yeah,
People are just a fan of what it is that you do. You should be humble by that and appreciative of that. But you cannot. We all change. We all change as a human being.
mm,
And my biggest advice for smaller creators would be: don't stick to one particular topic just because one or two people telling you to stick with that topic, because you're never gonna evolve and grow and become a better YouTuber.
I think that's a great tip for other small creators because I think if we want to, yeah, grow, then we think, oh no, we started like for me as a travel channel, I'm kind of afraid to show the topics. I even feel guilty if I am talking about other topics to my
You
viewers.
shouldn't.
Yeah,
You shouldn't. It's your channel. You should do whatever it is that you feel like doing. But I couldn't understand. But you cannot travel anyway. So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you need to do something, right?
They understand that, so that is great.
Yeah.
But I want to know, like, um, for you, you are telling me you made 2 or 3 videos a day?
Yes, in the beginning, because it was really easy. All I needed to do is record the gameplay of the topic that I wanted to do.
Mhm.
And I just pressed the record button, and I needed to edit. So I could have a video done within 2 hours easily.
Yes.
So for that reason, I could upload twice or 3 times a day, because I learned on YouTube that the more you upload, the better it's gonna be, especially for a beginning channel. But don't like overdo it too much.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah.
At the point, like, when was for you like that you were lost, like, whoa, my channel is really taking off?
Um. Gosh, when was that? It's kind of hard to. There was a point where I started getting like 20, 30 subscribers a day, and it was like, we're doing really well.
Hmm.
I'm curious how long it sustains itself. And then you build based off that. So there wasn't really like a key moment at first that got me to, hey, I'm suddenly having a spike or something like that. But rather the consistency that I had made it that my channel kept getting exposure, kept getting viewership.
Yeah.
For the topic I was covering, I was like mostly on the first page, because it was kind of like a niche small topic. So for smaller channels out there, if you have a specific niche topic and you excel and you're really good at presenting that niche topic, like let's say figurines or whatever, or plumbing,
Mhm.
if you're good at that, but people are going to tune in just for that. So that's going to help you out. The first spike, I think, was in Ooh, that's like a really tough one. I think around 30,000 subscribers, like the following year, 30,000 subscribers around June and July. I got a feature in the game that I was
Oh, wow.
playing
Yes.
where the developers put my video in the video, in the game. And that video blew up and is one of my most viewed videos to this date on the channel. It has 1.8 million views.
Wow. That's
Yes.
amazing. That
So
was
that was,
Knights and Dragons or which game?
no, that was from Boom Beach.
Ah, okay. But still, I think that's fantastic of YouTube that it works well for you for the long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and at which point did you quit your job?
Um, I'd say a couple of months before Pokemon Go was released. So that would be 2016, early 2016. I'd say I'd like quit YouTube. Like I'd quit like searching for jobs because I was able to sustain myself financially throughout YouTube.
Okay, and in that period from the beginning until you quit your job was like you were into Knights and Dragons, Boom Beach, and Pokemon Go, or
No. It was Nacho Dragons quit at the time. I quit Nacho Dragons at the time because it wasn't getting any sort of views, and I definitely had the aspiration to grow my channel.
Mhm.
So then I played Clash of Clans, Boom Beach, and Clash Royale,
Okay.
which was a new game that was released. And I think the introduction of Clash Royale, which is a game from the same developers of Clash of Clans and Boom Beach, it kind of got me the initial explosion of exposure because I got information from the developer themselves to cover sort of content.
I see. That's why. And how long did you started Pokemon Go then? At that
Pretty
period?
much when the day got released was pretty
Uh,
much the day I started playing Pokemon Go. I streamed a couple of times, and
mhm.
then I made a couple of recap videos about the Pokemon I caught, and people thought that was interesting. And then I think two videos of mine actually went really viral, and that's where I made the really hard business decision to just completely quit Boom Beach and Clash of Clans and
Yes.
Clash Royale. I just completely ditched it, and
Out
that
of the
is
blue, or did you
just
wait?
because
Yeah.
I thought in that position I didn't want to stay indoors and make videos because I'd had to stay home all day, think about the video that I was going to produce. And with Pokemon Go, you go outside and you see nature,
Yeah.
and everybody was playing at that time. So I
Mhm.
really didn't feel like spending any of my time at home. It was for the first time that my own friends were like, "Wow, Gio, you're actually outside. What's going on?" So
Wow.
that was kind of like one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm vibing this. I'm vibing this much more. I could have potentially made more money or more viewership with the other games, but at the end of the day, when you run a business, when you run a YouTube channel, you need to be happy doing it.
Yeah.
And if things feel like a chore compared to the other solution where you can still make ends meet and you can stay pay your bills, then I would always opt for that decision.
Okay. Yes. I think that's a great step for you to take because I can imagine that it wasn't easy, right, to make
Yeah,
decision because
yeah.
you were so much into the other games. But yeah, what you are telling me, it's the most important that you are enjoying what you are creating. So because yeah, the viewers can also see that, and that's the most important thing. And I want to know because you are only making Pokemon Go videos right now, and
Hmm.
like how do you keep making it enjoyable for yourself?
Yeah, there's definitely a phase where because it's been ongoing for 3.5 years now. So
Mhm.
obviously the game isn't as fun anymore as it used to be, as it once came out in the beginning of 2016, where
Mhm.
everybody was outside in the park.
Yeah.
We will never get those times back. So you need to make things fun for yourself. And the strategy that I've always adapted is, um, if I don't enjoy it, I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't try to force myself to do stuff that I don't want to do, because the one thing I've learned throughout doing YouTube is my viewers will know if
Mhm.
I'm not feeling it. If I'm making a video that is kind of like below par for my standard and people see my mood is down, I cannot fake it.
Yeah.
So people will see it and they will ask it, and I have to take the time and the energy to respond to that at the same time as well. So I think a really great tip for people that are starting out new is, if you ever have any idea, just write it down instantly, and write it down with the feeling that you had. So for example, I want to do a vlog about going outside while talking about a specific topic.
Mhm.
Write down in the idea why it is that you want to make that video happen. So for example, when you have moments where you don't have any ideas, you can just go to your notepad or whatever, or if you've written it
Yeah.
down, you can just go there and you can just pick that idea, like, oh, I felt like this and I want to make this video. And then you're like, oh, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that, whatever.
Okay, that's an awesome tip because I think sometimes I got a great idea and then I don't write it down. Yeah,
Oh, you
then
need to.
yeah,
If
I
it,
also
like, the
do
weirdest ideas for me always come down when I'm in the shower or something like that.
yeah,
Because for me, when I take a shower, it's the most like self-reflecting moment of the day.
yeah,
And then when I have an idea, I'm like, oh, I dry my hands in the shower with a towel, and I grab my phone and I just note it down instantly, and I continue
yeah.
my showering.
That's awesome. Yes. Yeah. I also was wondering because when I asked you, okay, which time shall we do the interview? You told
Hmm.
me that you had to adjust to, uh, yeah, the USA time. So
Yeah.
your whole lifestyle is based on the USA time because your audience is from there, or?
Yeah, it's kind of different because alongside with YouTube, I'm also now streaming on Twitch.
Mm.
And the thing is, with Twitch streaming, I'd like to stream a US friendly time frame, because generally on my YouTube channel, I'd say more than 60% of my audience is US based. And
Mm.
generally, that is also prime time for content as a whole. And most Europeans also adjusted to that, where the best time zone I feel for us Europeans would be around 8, 9 o'clock to upload a video, because it is afternoon for the United States, and for Europe it's evening. So you're kind of getting like the whole spectrum of things. And people who are living in Australia or something like that are waking up with the video. So you're kind of covering all the time frames. So when it comes down to streaming, I'd like to initially have a lot of people enter the stream, and then throughout the night people will leave. But that's kind of like, because of that, I cannot really stream during the day, because I'm missing a huge portion of exposure
Yes.
possibility there.
Got it. And for how long have you been adjusting to that time frame?
So the weird thing about being a full-time content creator, or just in business, for being in business for yourself, is to be really strict with when are you going to bed, and when are you gonna wake up and be productive. Like, you need to structure out your life. So I've always been kind of a night owl myself, and I sometimes, I'm like, I'm pretty sure some people watching this know that feeling. You're laying in bed, you cannot really like fall asleep, and you end up scrolling on YouTube watching videos, and you come across this one motivational video, and you're like in bed, and it's like, I want to start my business. And that's why your brain starts rolling, right? So like, because of that, I always wanted to adjust, if having my own business being mostly evening/night, because I know my brain is the most active during that time.
Yes. Yeah, that is a very good idea. For me, sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes I don't get any sleep because,
Right.
yeah, in the night I have the same thing, but then I also need to wake up early for other calls. So then I don't sleep at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that problem a lot as well. And my solution to that has been that I try to not really touch any electronics, like half an hour prior to sleep. And I try to read a book if I can, or I try to do something else, maybe clean some stuff up. And then that way I don't like, I feel I have that done. Generally doing something that makes you feel accomplished, and then you can go to bed, you're like, okay, your mind is at ease. Because if you're waking up and you're still thinking about things, it means you're still not done for that day, I feel.
Yes, exactly. Yes, great tip. And another question that I have, um, what was your uploading schedule for like the whole 6 years? Like when you
Ooh,
started until right now?
that's really tough. When I started, it was there was no schedule for me. It was like, I have a video idea, I'm making a video,
Yeah.
done, upload, and it's there. Later down the road, I started really it's kind of tough, honestly. Sometimes I would upload once a day. Sometimes I'd upload like 10 videos a week. Other times I would upload 5 videos a week. I've really dialed back quite a bit to prioritize everything, because I'm kind of in a luxury phase, if you will, that I don't have to work that hard anymore, because I have my audience,
Mm-hmm.
I have my subscribers, the people that watch the videos. They know when a video is there. Most of them have notifications on. So when I upload a video, it's guaranteed pretty much to hit 10,000 views regardless of anything. So that is a very nice position to be in, and I don't really have to worry anymore. I think generally, I try to upload it when the most, for example, in English content around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock European is like the best time frame to upload anything.
Mm-hmm.
If I want the video to do well, I always try to upload during that time. As far as upload dates concerned, I'd say the weekend is always like, you need to upload something onto the weekend. You're better off not uploading much during the weekday and then skipping the weekend.
Okay, awesome. And do you have other times that you would recommend in a weekend?
Mm, in the weekend, I would say on a Sunday, not too late.
Mm-hmm.
If you upload on a Sunday, not too late, then obviously the weekend is going to be over. On Monday, nobody watches. Barely, I wouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people. It really dials down by like 250% easily sometimes
Yes.
on a Monday compared to a weekend.
Mm-hmm. But would you say like 6 o'clock or 4 or 12
Yeah, that
o'clock?
could work either way. I think it's mostly important for starting up creators is to have structure,
Mm-hmm.
like have consistency in a certain time when they upload, because that way they can expect when people upload. If you're consistent for 2 years and upload at the same times, you will notice an explosion over time that people will end up watching your content.
Yes. S- so you did that? You were more consistent in your uploading schedule, also with the time frame?
Yeah, I have been like, there's been a time where I've been very consistent. For
Mhm.
me right now, I don't really care too much when I upload,
Mm.
because of the position that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
definitely when you're starting up, when you want to be picked up by the algorithm, when you want to establish an audience, when you want to try to become a full-time content creator, yes, definitely stick with consistency and
Yeah.
preferably several times per week.
Yeah. Okay. And that is very useful for the audience right now. And I have another question about Twitch, because if you're also on Twitch and yeah, you are also on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, like how do you
Mhm.
all manage everything with YouTube?
So I think one thing that people getting into YouTube, if they really want to go full time on YouTube, it's going to be more than 40 hours of work.
Mm-hmm.
Just throughout the day, I wake up with YouTube. I go to bed with YouTube or Twitch. It doesn't matter. Usually within breaks, I scroll through my Instagram feed, or I scroll through Twitter. I don't use Instagram a whole lot, because I noticed for myself that I ended up like browsing for hours on end, and I'm literally not doing anything, wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
So the iPhone has a really handy like little tool where you can restrict yourself from using it too much. So I have a restriction set up for Twitter and for Instagram, that when I pass it, I'm like, oh, okay, I used my time for the day, which usually like half an hour, and I no longer use it at that time. Unless it's important and I need to get content out and I need to shout out that I either went live or that I produced a video. Other than that, I don't really use it. So that's how I manage the Twitter and the Instagram. And then for Twitch, people generally know. Same thing with YouTube. When people start off, when I will go live, which is like in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not much of an issue either. YouTube's kind of on the back burner for me right now, because I cannot really cover the content that I want to cover, and my main focus point right now is Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Patreon is just when I get a message, I respond to it. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Got it. But do you also make special videos for Patreon or?
No, no.
Yes.
I know people that do, and that's obviously going to be part of the workflow. But I
Mhm.
personally don't, because I know it's like going to be too much for me.
Yeah, you are already doing so much, so I get it. But
Yeah.
for Twitch, how many hours do you spend on Twitch for the whole?
Oh gosh, I don't even know exactly. I can really look that up real quick. I think maybe in the last, I stream about 50 hours a week, I'd say, on Twitch.
50
So
hours a week. Yeah,
yeah, about
that's
50
kind of,
hours a week.
yes.
Yeah, sometimes I do 30. It's like it fluctuates between 30 and 50 hours. But I do stream every day, basically, right now.
Uh-huh. I get it. Why you cannot do like 5 videos on YouTube every day then. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what are your best tips for new YouTubers that are starting out or smaller creators to really grow their channel?
Yeah. So I think the number one tip is study YouTube.
Mhm.
Study YouTube as in a sense, like you can upload as much as you want, but there's channels out there dedicated that help with ranking videos up in the YouTube search algorithm, the type of keywords that you need to use in description and title. But I noticed the one thing that is very, very important to learn is if you're not really getting views on YouTube, try to dial your time back with YouTube a little bit, upload a little bit less, and invest all your time into getting really, really, really good at Photoshop. Because the thing with YouTube videos is if you have a killer thumbnail,
Yeah,
people will likely click on that way more.
yeah.
So if you have a thumbnail is much more important than the title and the description, I'd
Mhm.
say. And obviously, if you create content, be very self-critical of yourself. Don't don't go easy on yourself and be like, yeah, that looks like a good video. You should ask yourself the question: is it a video that I would watch myself? And if the answer to the question is yes, then you are at least catering to someone who is very similar to you as a person. What I specifically did as I started on YouTube was looking at bigger channels and see what makes them so good. And when I saw something that I was like, hey, that's maybe something that I can use in my own way, I would just try to incorporate that in my YouTube channel. Like
Mhm.
at the beginning, your video is gonna suck anyway. Like your video is gonna be bad. You're not gonna instantly be good at making videos. It's a process. You cannot instantly try to be as good as PewDiePie because it's not gonna be happening. So allow yourself that time frame when you're starting up from a 0 to 10,000 subscribers to make that a learning platform to always constantly keep on improving and improving. But don't spend too much time on the quality part because then you're not gonna be uploading at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of a balance, I think.
Yeah.
For me, personally, when I was very focused on my quality, but I couldn't do anything at all. I couldn't film, I couldn't edit. So then I was very focused on the quality itself. But then, um, then I think it got a little bit too much. I was spending maybe 12 hours on editing
Ooh,
alone. And
wow.
but then I was like, oh yeah, the music can be even better be cut into the beat, you know. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I should color grade a little bit more. Oh yeah, I should
Yeah.
add another sound effect. And
Hmm.
then I spent so much hours on some videos, but then I just wanted to upload one video, but I wanted to show the people how the place really was like. So I didn't edit much, just some few basic things, and I didn't even include any type of music. And that one is my most viewed video and
So how
best.
did that feel?
Sorry.
So how did that feel to you when you discovered that video was your most viewed video?
I was like, oh, basically, other people also like my raw videos, and like my second best and third best, these were also raw videos. So,
Yeah.
but
So maybe that is like in your case then a niche that you should maybe be focusing on doing more raw thing and then showing the beauty of like
yeah,
in the real thing. Like you can edit a video to oblivion and spend hours. You can spend weeks on editing that one video,
yeah,
but the more you spend time editing on a video, the more your expectation for a video goes up. And if the video underperforms, that's where it's going to be like, I spent all this time for what? I
Uh,
could have made 3, 5 more videos at that time frame. And it was probably a better idea to make those 5 videos than at the time.
Yes, but now right now, what I am discovering, so I am uploading daily. I started like mid-March, I think, with uploading daily.
Mm-hmm.
And but now I feel like my views are decreasing. Maybe it's because I don't spend as much time on the thumbnail, or I don't really know. But some people also say that, yeah, my quality is lowering.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you have maybe any advice. Like maybe I should upload 3 times a week on my
Yeah,
channel.
so that's a really early struggle that a lot of creators that I have seen dealing with. It's the fact that if they start to change something up, that their views decrease. My number one tip is always to stay consistent in what it is that you do. So if you upload once a day, in the beginning you might see a drawback, but then maybe like 5, 6 years, 6 months down the road, you'll definitely see like an increase, because the more videos you create, the
Yeah,
more exposure your channel will get as a whole. So it could also be potentially because obviously your channel's subject has shifted
yeah,
dramatically from travel to that, and that's definitely the feedback you're going to be getting then, because it's not the same thing. Like, people are expecting you to travel,
yeah,
and people think that you can make the same type of videos, but you can't.
yeah,
So I think you should just continue doing what you're doing, honestly, right now. And then if like a couple of months down the road it still is the same and still really hasn't picked up, that's where you can start looking into what it is that I really do wrong.
yeah. Okay, that's a good tip. I will continue on the daily uploading because I
Yeah,
really don't. I also told another YouTuber that is really a perfectionist. Like, I'm not really looking at the views, but I'm a digital marketer and social media expert. So it also feels like I need to look at the views to adjust my actions. So it's a little bit, yeah,
of course. It's just the case study that you're working with, which is your channel, isn't like the case. The majority of views that you're probably going to be getting is based off search,
mhm,
people looking up for something rather than base core subscribers.
yes,
So that is something you got to take into consideration. So if you, especially when you're like doing marketing subjects, the problem that you're going to be getting is that the video you never expected to blow up will blow up, and the videos you think will blow up are not going to do anything. So that's kind of like, it's kind of a tough one out there, because it's good to do digital marketing, but it's also like you're very dependent on the video subject if
yeah.
it is going to be doing well or not.
True, true. I feel like I'm doing a little bit of random stuff on my channel, to be honest, because I'm doing a little bit of yeah, personal development. Like I uploaded videos for perfectionism and find your purpose, and I'm going to do a little bit of digital marketing, and sometimes I'm flying my drone, and sometimes I'm running around and just talking about subjects in my life. So,
Right.
would you
Yeah,
rate?
I think one thing that's very important is don't spread out too thin. Like, you got like one base you, which is your channel, and if
Yeah,
you're going to divide yourself into different parts out there, if you differentiate to too many different subjects, people are not going to stay for you, but rather you will be fully dependent on how well a certain video is going to be doing based off the subject. So if you
yeah,
want to develop your own brand, which
yeah.
is what we're looking at, I think, I think you got to pick maybe two, 3 subjects that you really like want to become an expert in, and then people will be coming back for that.
Okay. I think that was really valuable. I will do that more because I'm also feeling a little bit like I'm doing too much. I also told my viewers, like, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm spreading too much random subjects, but they like the variety, at least the
Right.
subscribers.
And
So,
here's a chiming in on that. Sorry for interrupting. Here,
yeah,
chiming in on that. one very important thing that you should
Yeah.
never do as a content creator is
Yeah.
apologize.
Uh-huh.
Because if you say I'm sorry for something, then
Mhm.
your viewers will always hold you accountable for that one thing. Like
Okay.
they will always keep on telling you, but I'm not uploading enough. Like there's a lot of YouTubers who are like, man, I'm sorry I'm not uploading daily. It's like, well, you told us you were going to upload daily. Why aren't you uploading daily? It's
Yeah.
because you told them that you were going to upload daily and because you apologize for it. So if you make it a problem, then they will make it a bigger problem. It's like you throw out a mosquito and they turn it into an elephant.
Okay. Yes. I won't do that anymore. I think a lot of creators also have that same feeling. At least that is what I am seeing. I also watch other people's stuff, and then they are apologizing. And in the comment section, I also read like, "You shouldn't apologize because it is your channel." Yeah.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah. Yes. Did you had that experience? That you were?
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm telling you about it, because I
Yeah.
made that mistake many, many times where I apologized for something and I made promises and I didn't deliver on them. And then and the problem with that is that if you start apologizing for something, you do nothing but adding pressure for yourself to not make sure that you don't do that again. Whereas if you don't care too much about that and you just do you're much better. You're focusing your energy and your time into the right uh, direction, which is your channel growth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Yes. But for you, what were the biggest mistakes that you made on your channel? If I can ask you
Um,
that question.
um, I guess, gosh, the biggest mistakes. Trying to cater what people tell me that I should cover.
Okay.
So whenever someone gave me a suggestion, I would like focus on that suggestion way too much. So if I made a video asking my audience for ideas, I would try to please all of my audience members. Um, One thing you never want to do as a content creator is please be a pleaser for your audience, for your fan base. Because at the end of the day, when I started YouTube especially, my dad kept giving me tips and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
at some point, I was like, okay, Dad, look, this is cool now, but are you a YouTuber yourself? And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, no. It's like, yeah, well, how can you offer me advice if you're not doing this yourself? So um, I feel like if you have the capability of growing to 100 subscribers, you can grow to 1,000, to 100,000, because you've already done it before. It's just repetition at the end of the day. So just stick true with what you have. If you have certain ideas, you're the creator of your own little baby, which is your YouTube channel, and just grow based off that, I'd say.
Okay. Yes, that is a very good tip. And yeah, I think you want to give the content that your viewers and subscribers are searching for, but you shouldn't do it too much, if I get
Yeah,
correctly, right?
yeah. Like if you have a certain series, if you have a certain series that you're doing about a particular topic, like let's say travel, you're covering a particular you're covering a particular topic. Like let's say you go to Thailand and you know a lot about Thailand, and eventually you have nothing to say about Thailand anymore. Don't try to force more Thailand videos if the mojo is not there.
Mhm.
Is what like is very important. Like the fun needs to be there for you.
Okay, yes, got it. And yeah, I was also wondering, so do you believe in uploading daily videos? The more you put out there, the better, you would say, or
Um, yes, I definitely do believe in daily uploads. Um, I'd say it can be tough though to do daily. Like if you cannot do daily, do 5 times a week or
Mhm.
something like that. Um, don't do daily for the sake of doing daily. Do daily because you feel you can do daily and you can sustain doing daily for X amount of time. Also, give yourself a time frame in which you are planning to do daily uploads. Um, and if you cannot do daily, don't punish yourself for not being able to do something daily. Because
Okay.
I used to upload daily for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And then when I didn't upload daily, I would first apologize. Then I would stress myself over the fact that I didn't upload daily, and I try to make up for the fact I didn't upload. Those are three things that will basically kind of set you back way more than they should do, because you're so hard on yourself. So it's not the end of the world if you don't upload daily. It's not a bad thing. The idea of FOMO, the fear of missing out,
Yeah.
it should not be there when it comes down to daily. Do daily because you can do daily.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do daily because you must do daily.
Okay. Yes. I completely understand that. I actually did daily because I thought, okay, I can really do daily, and I
Mm-hmm.
think because people like to see my raw videos, then I was thinking, okay, I think I also want a challenge for my perfectionism inside of me to not edit for way too many hours. And I also really like to make more videos, and I want to give more valuable information rather than perfecting the edit. So that's why I started daily, and I still enjoy doing daily. But like a few days ago, I got a little bit of pressure because I'm not a full-time content creator anymore, who I used to was when I was a traveler, and I got a new business where I also need to focus on. But I think also talking with you got me the idea to really double down on my planning and really have some hours that I would record everything for the whole week. I think I'm
Yeah,
going.
that's perfect. That I feel a lot of creators that are professional, as in they have a couple of 100,000, even million subscribers. They plan things out. A lot of people,
Mhm.
a lot of creators. There's a little trick. What they do is they record stuff in bulk and then they change their T-shirt after
Yes,
every single
yes.
video they uploaded, because that it gives the impression that it's a new video, but it's completely the same video.
Yeah.
I have a couple of friends who literally record 14 videos in for the upcoming 2 weeks in bulk over the period of 2 days, and then they spend the time editing those videos and uploading them and scheduling them, and then he takes like 3-4 days off doing other things, and then he goes back into it. So that's a really smart tactic to do. If you can do several videos, definitely do several videos.
Yes, I already did some several videos, but I think maybe if I do 10 or 14 would be even better. And
Maybe.
changing more clothes, that's, yeah, that's awesome. I will definitely do that. And what are the plans for the future for your channel, for Twitch, for everything?
Yeah, it's very dependent on a lot of things. Obviously, with the current pandemic that's ongoing, it's really tough for me to just go out there and record content
Mhm.
just like that. My main focus currently is continuing with Twitch, because
Mhm.
Twitch is currently earning me more than YouTube does.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't have to worry about YouTube as much anymore. Like for me, I've been at like 200,000 plus subscribers for a while now, probably half my YouTube career right now.
Mhm.
And even with that amount, I want to specifically everybody who's a small channel, just because you have 100,000 subscribers does not mean that's it. Like you still need to really work. You still need to really put in your best effort to create content, because it can just be one day you're irrelevant, you get no views, and your views die off, and you need to get yourself a part-time job. And so always make sure going full-time on YouTube, I don't recommend it at first, but if you can really afford to do so because you earn twice the amount of a normal full-time job, by all means go for it. Like you have that leverage for yourself. But yeah, in terms of plans, I think I will. I've been burned out twice with YouTube by over the last 6 years.
No.
I've recently had a yeah. I've recently had a burnout because I had a family member who passed away, and that was like really rough on me. And it's hard to you know, be happy in front of the camera. And then Twitch was picking up as well. And then, at that time I was like, I can use that instead. And I just didn't really want to go outside because it was like winter and it's cold. And, so it's like, it's hard to count. I don't even know, for example, what I'm eating for breakfast tomorrow. But in terms of the plans that I'm having is like, I want to pick up YouTube again and upload more again, but balance that with Twitch at the same time. And that is my current struggle that I'm having. Yeah, that's pretty much I'd say I wanted to travel a whole lot because I travel for my channel as well to different countries, but all my
Japan,
flights were
right?
canceled. Yeah,
Yeah.
Japan was canceled. I had 3 flight tickets for the United States, all canceled.
Mm.
So those are unfortunately not going to be happening. So um, I suppose when we can travel again, I'm just going traveling somewhere and create a cinematic video series or something like
Oh,
that. I don't even know what the plans are, honestly. Just
yeah.
streaming, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. First of all, sorry for your loss and
Yeah,
that you got burnt out of all the content. But okay, I need to ask you, how did you deal with that period? Like,
yeah. So obviously, because I'm a full-time content creator, that's like a huge added pressure. Like
yes.
you cannot really upload a video like if you're not in the mood to upload video
Yes.
content. Like it's basically shooting yourself in the foot. So the best thing you can do is finding those moments where you can upload and make something the best out of it. That's honestly the best tip that I can give, because you always will have moments, especially if you do this for years on end,
Mm-hmm.
where at first you're like, yes, let's do this, but you gotta realize very carefully,
Yeah.
YouTube is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Like you
Ultra
don't,
marathon.
it's an ultra marathon. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh wow. Yes. Okay, but sorry if I ask too many sensitive questions, but
No, it's okay.
because you are telling me that you got burnt out twice, but
Hmm.
what about the second time?
So this was the second time that I just
Oh,
talked about. The first time was because I literally didn't know. I wasn't really like knowing what I wanted to do. I really started thinking about what do I want to do a couple of years from now. See, I see, I I do see. I will I be doing this in like a couple of years from now? How
yeah.
long will I continue making content? So it's kind of like more of a phase where I really wanted to find what it is that I wanted to do, and then ultimately I decided that, hey, I have everything that I wanted to do, and I'm having fun doing this. Let's just have fun with creating content.
Hmm. Okay.
So that was like kind of like the first moment where it's like, I don't really feel like I don't have that drive currently, that motivation to upload as much.
Mhm.
So it comes in phases sometimes.
But how did you find the drive again?
Eventually I started missing it, honestly. It's just like it's the I love this whole process of creating videos, creating
Yeah.
content. And I started watching my friends make videos, and by watching them make their videos, I eventually got inspiration again. I was like, oh yeah, I can make a video just like that. Or in moments where I was like, I really don't know what I should make a video, I told myself I'm going to set aside some time
Yeah.
for myself to kind of figure out what it is that I want to do when I come back to YouTube. And after spending enough time being more productive, I got into a productive mood again, and I started wanting to do stuff again. So there's a moment where you're soaking about and you're not really wanting to do things. And
Hmm.
you're like, oh, it's like, it feels like a chore. I
Yeah.
need to upload, and then people are gonna dislike the video maybe or whatever. And those are usually things I never think about.
Mhm.
And so I, for example, started meditation,
Yes.
which is like a really like,
Also,
that's been a
yes.
game changer. Yeah, it's been a game changer. Um, yeah, just other things, going outside, talking to a friend, something to put you in your happy place, basically. That's
Mhm.
what's going to bring you back from your burnout.
Yes. And like how long did that period last that you felt like, I don't want to put a video out?
Yeah, so the first time it was like maybe a month,
Hmm.
and you got to figure that I've been uploading pretty much every single day for a couple of years,
Yes.
and eventually this like, I don't take breaks during Christmas, I don't take breaks during holidays or something like that. So yeah, I kind of, it's also the breakout also came from the idea that I missed hang out with my friends, hang
Yes.
out with my family members, going outside, going to the club, going to the cinema, do the normal things.
Um,
That is kind of like a sacrifice that I made for myself, getting to a successful point in my YouTube career.
I really admire your work ethic, and I'm happy that you found a more healthy life balance with YouTube
Yeah.
and all sort of that. I think that is just really the struggle of content creators, I guess, that you really want to put as much out as you want to, but sometimes you also need to take care of yourself, right? That is
Yes,
kind of,
absolutely.
yeah, the balance that you need to take. But
Yeah,
it
it's very important.
yes, I'm very happy that you overcame these, and yeah, that you have learned from it, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah, yeah,
course.
that's it's really great.
Thank
Actually,
you.
that is all the questions that I had, and otherwise it's going to be way too long. So
That's okay.
I really want to thank you for your openness and your time to share all of your insights, your journey to the audience. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
thank
I'm
you.
happy to spend some time with you. Hopefully helping some people out.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was a lot of valuable information that Reversal gave to us, and I want to thank Reversal for making time and answer all my questions. So guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe on his channel. I put his channel down below in the description box, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.